Do you know the name of my 6's team?
No.
It's 877 cash now. So
Oh
we
yeah,
all had
that's the honey.
yeah, we all had dead president. So nice theme.
Yeah, that's decent. Did you like just have it once, or did you have it on all three? Because like,
I had it stacked. I had it on 2 miscs, or 2 hats rather. We all had like stacked money on every class. Everyone had money on rollouts. Brilliant.
so cash.
Yeah.
If we could have semen floating around our heads, I'm sure I'd
You can
manage to-
get Blizzardy Storm, but just remove the snow bit. No? Okay.
No.
that's possible.
You can particle edit it and then like save it in everyone else's TF2 folder.
SV Pure.
SVPO0, yeah. Modify
Yeah,
the circling hearts just to be like an ejaculating penis.
Are you ready?
Well, we've got
Damn.
7.
Yeah, Shadow can't make it. Pinks is being a faggot. And Shreem is sleeping.
And Faggot.
That too.
Is this being streamed?
I think that she is, yeah.
Okay, Upward. Fucking great map, even if it's overplayed just like Badwater. But, first hold, I'm gonna go, defensive first, and then we'll do pushes, but, we can either do the aggressive hold, which is where our combo holds this little room area. I call it a room, but really it's just a death trap, because everyone knows if the medic sits in this corner, he's probably going to get cabered, or he's going to get spammed out from stickies from the demo man. But if you want to do an aggressive hold, we can have our heavy sitting around here on this little pack, constantly firing down, and probably getting headshot quite regularly from their sniper. But he would be supported by a soldier, possibly a demo man here, who would rotate round for heals. Watching out, of course, for the sniper, which is where you can use this little duck down, and kind of get out of the sniper's lines. So we'd have a demo, sniper on the balk, scout as well here, really rotating with the soldier and demo, but we've got to watch out for that mini sentry, because as soon as their engineer comes out the spawn, he's going to put down a mini, and that's going to ruin the scout's day. So some teamwork between the soldier, scout, and demo here is kind of important, but you do have to watch out for the spy. Generally, every time I've played this map, the spy goes left. Would you have input on that, Willen?
I don't, I always just go like, it depends where everyone is. Like sometimes I'll go along the left, jump across like the hill and sit by the NG, and sometimes I'll go across the rock where you are and sit in the sniper deck a little bit.
Yeah, like,
so it's either
but generally it's around
this rock's
area.
good, this rock's brilliant, yeah, that's a good spot. Just like
So you do
poke a gun
anyone
up
on
every
this
now and then.
spot- Anyone on this spot really doesn't watch out for that. Like, I'm going to be probably rotating around, generally around this area, taking the ammo pack. That's just because dead ringers and such, but generally he's going to be around this area. I mean, Dashy, you're going to be pretty well off if you're holding in this corner. You can't really backstab you, but you do have to watch out for ambassadors.
If he's dead ringer on offense first, you probably don't have to worry too much.
Nah, it's very unlikely. I've only ever seen like Cloak and Dagger or the Overwatch.
Cloak and Dagger's, I think, the best one on this one, so you have to, like, you're not going to bump into him.
Yeah, no, you're just waiting game. But yeah, you just got to watch out for ambassadors, because he's probably going to do something from there and then cloak away, and then you'll just get finished off by a soldier bombing in, or a sacrifice class, just something to get the force out, or just to get you entirely, and they're just going to roll us. But yeah, that's the aggressive hold. We have most of our classes holding there, and most of our classes holding there. Obviously, the sentry would either be at the bottom hill or the top hill, depending on preference. Chris, you like to do the bottom hill, don't you?
Yep, definitely.
That gives us something good to fall back on, because it's not quite so far away, and if our sniper's here trying to defend car or just defend the hill, he's going to be holding a bit close, but he'll be protected from the spy, from the sentry, from me in freeway. So yeah, that's pretty much the passive hold. Sorry, that's the aggressive hold. If we want to do a passive hold, we can have our combo hold much further back around this area. Generally, you want to probably be standing around here, Dashy. But the spy is probably going to just decloak around here, just walk up.
Above
So you
the
gotta
sign, you can stand there. You can, like, peek above there. The sign back, like, at the beginning of the tunnel.
Oh,
That's a really good spot. Like, anywhere across those rafters you can stand.
yeah. So there's something to keep in mind. But our heavy's probably going to be positioned about here. If you want to do a further one,
around
which is
here,
a little bit more
just walk
aggressive, but
Above
so you
the
gotta leave
sign, you can
passive.
stand there.
you can hold here, but you've got to watch out for the demo spam rolling over. And also, you're going to be probably bombed from the left side if the soldier takes ground. Occasionally their sniper might get a bit aggressive as well, and at which point you'll just have to keep an eye out for that. You can use our house as protection, but whatever you do, don't get stuck in this corner.
No fear.
That
I can
is the
surf
worst
away
thing.
anyway.
I know, but if you get stuck in here, there is quite a low roof.
I'm never going there, don't worry.
Okay,
Only
good.
for the
Even
house
if
pack.
even if you need the pack, just grab the pack. Don't wait for it.
Yeah. No.
But yeah, our heavy can deny most things, provided he doesn't get shut down by their sniper. So our sniper should really be positioned on this house, kind of just trying to shut them down, and he should be protected by a scout, probably a soldier, as well. And then we could have our demo, the sentry gun, on the left side here. It's so good to have him here. I mean, it's equally as good to have him spamming this side, but he completely shuts down the flank from getting in and spamming off our sentry. What we can do is we can really just rotate them, because if we have a soldier up here, he's got the height advantage, he can just completely deny scouts, he can just spam rockets constantly, plus our other scout to pick up anything which else gets damaged, and then our sniper obviously do chip damage, 150 headshots, etc. But we can also have our demo hold really far forward, still somewhat in the range of your medigun, but you're gonna have to have a leash on him at some point, because if he starts peeking really aggressively, there's gonna be a heavy right here waiting for him to shred him up with bullets. So that's the passive hold. The sentry gun was gonna be pretty much in the same spot to provide more cover for any bombs, but that's something to look out for, Chris. If the start of the round is going, don't wrangle it. It's just like Badwater. There have been an occasional demo caver from left side generally. He'll just jump here and then he might do another jump, trying to jump over and then down onto the medic, but just don't wrangle it at the start for the first few seconds. I mean, we'll in your checkpoint's running anyway, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. If we can see a sticky jump at caver running, we'll just have Dashy hide somewhere, but just for safety.
I shoot him out from the air.
So yeah, are we happy with passive hold, aggressive hold on first?
It's dank.
Anything I missed? Anything I need to add?
What happens if the sentry goes down? Do we just go straight back, or...?
If the sentry goes down, really we're not going to have anything to just block this cart, because what they always do is they have their scout just push hiding behind the cart, which means our heavy has to get out of a safe position to knock him out, or our demo or soldier has to get out of position, allowing for things in the flank to then spam the sentry. But then if that happens, they're basically wrapping around everyone, which is around this kind of protected area. So if the sentry goes down, we should really just start backing off. Like Chris, if you're alive, you should just grab your sentry or your dispenser rather and just get out as fast as you can.
What if the sentry goes down and they've lost like most of their team? Like, should we rebuild or just always go back?
If the sentry's gone down and they've lost most of the team, we could probably hold a little bit more aggressive just to buy Chris time to rebuild. But Chris, I'd recommend you still grab your dispenser, bring it up here, and then rebuild your sentry in safety.
If sentry goes down, I might have time to rebuild. I'll build top of cliff.
Yeah, that's probably a safer bet. But
I think
if
if
we've
it
got
does
an
get bad, I'll
advantage,
just get out
if we've got
soon.
an advantage of like players and Uber, then I think we should hold a little bit more aggressive. Not to the point of where we're doing the normal aggressive hold, but to the point where we're half in. We have our heavy on the stairs, our demo rotating in this area, and our sniper could be covering him on the balcony, trying to counter snipe. So yeah, anything else? Are we happy with that?
It's good.
Sounds good.
Okay. Second aggressive hold. There's a few. We can either have our combo sitting around here, in this area, but you have to just watch out for the spy continually because it's so easy to flank. Or we can have our combo even stupidly hold here. It never works. I've done it once in Div 6. It's a terrible idea because we just got absolutely swarmed from the left and right side. So what I'm going to say is we should probably never do this hold. We should never hold this point aggressively.
We usually hold it there, yeah.
Yeah, we should just hold in here. This is where we should have our heavy, our sniper as well, with a constant 150 plus buff, and then you can sit in the corner dashing and just heal, distribute evenly.
But yeah, that's what we do most of the time.
Yeah. So I think we're pretty solid on the second point. We just need time to set up. Our soldier's going to be controlling this kind of cliff area with the scout, because the scout can really abuse these boards quite a lot, and this rock. He can rely on the pack if he gets hurt, or you can crossbow him. So this is a good place for the scout and soldier to control, because there's just generally nice areas to splash. The demo is probably going to be controlling this area. He might be outside of your range of healing, but if he gets a buff down here, and then rotates down here. That should work quite nicely. He can also spam pipes up, slowing them down, put Sticky Trap up nicely here, match them off if they push in early, but that does require him to have the sightline, but he could just nicely sit here and hide and wait for it. But then, yeah, that's I think we should really only just hold passive on this point. Because if the sentry goes down, Chris has got to rebuild it, and it's hell if they start pressuring it. Because they're probably going to have a direct hit soldier over here, or a scout up here doing chip damage, and then they'll have everything swarming over. If they get in the house, it's basically doomed. So we want to hold this quite passive, buy our time by suppressing the enemy, just continually setting them on fire or chip damaging them, just basically denying them crit hills, denying them faster river, so... Yeah, that's something to keep your mind out on. Try and do a bit of spread damage. Like, I generally focus the combo a lot, but if you can do spread damage and you can deny crit hills, then they'll be really slow. Like, they're not going to build. The other alternative to the scout or soldier is this area. They can control below. The only risk to this is that they can get easily destroyed by the height advantage if they're really deep in, or if they simply get swarmed and splashed off the walls. So it's probably best to hold outside, receive buffs, and then push in a little bit, and then maybe fall back. They could do this with the support of the Demo Man, because a nice trap in here is always going to be effective. You could have one right above here. As soon as the car comes, they're going to be NG down, probably a scout as well. So you can get good picks if you work together as the flank. But I might be on the flank as well to deny some damage from their soldier, so we don't have to worry too much about the flank. I think we should really focus on the combo doing well here, because if we've got a sniper constantly shutting their heavy down with a 150 headshot, then he's gonna have a real hard time pushing in with an advantage or getting a drop on our heavy. So yeah, how do we feel about that?
Good. All weeks works.
Oh, of course we could have our sniper down here or on the shack. That's one other thing to remember. There is a little sneaky spot we can do, which is good if we want to have someone stupidly control the house. Oh, I'm not going to be able to get into forward spawn. Oh no.
There's no clip, isn't there?
What?
SB cheats should have no clip, right?
It's turned off currently.
Oh.
Yeah, just leave the cheats off, because otherwise we'll have to restart the server again. I haven't seen anyone do this, but you can sit up here and not knock yourself off and spam the house. That's going to deny their medic pushing in without an Uber, and it's going to require them to Uber early as not to take 100 damage time with a rocket. So that's something I probably show Shadowfire. He can probably play with that if he wants. He might be a little bit useless, but if they've got a full advantage and we've backed off out of house, then we could have our heavy positioned here, and our soldier positioned up there, and our demo across here, and then our medic down here nice and safe, and then our sniper getting buffed from the medic, trying to counter snipe and buy us medic room and allowing us to return once the sentries jump down.
Up from the stairs with the detonator up to the window.
Yeah, I know. You can jump on the little bits here and jump around as well. But yeah. Yeah, that's second. Are we happy, confident? Anything I missed? Anything I need to redo? Sentry goes down. If the sentry goes down, we're basically fucked. Because the house is probably going to have overcharged heavy or demo jumping out of it, it's probably best to just get straight out through house, go under or up, whatever you want, but just get out if they drop in and the sentry's down. Like, the only chance we have of the sentry surviving is if it's unwrangled and they jump out the window and they get launched off the cliff. But they might come down from low with a Demo Man charge, and then they'll just spam stickies inevitably, and they'll kill it. So just be ready to get out. Don't try and stack up too much, because this is what always happens. We have our engineer here slapping his sentries, dispenser here, a heavy sitting in the dispenser, a medic sitting in the dispenser, a pyro running around headlessly, and then we will just get smashed. The combo goes down, and they probably take the next point for free. So that's something to consider. Don't get caught in that little corner. It's a real death trap. But yeah, moving on to third. We'll do the aggressive hold. we can try doing the aggressive hold. I don't think we need a lot of time to set up, but basically we can have an engineer with a sentry gun right here, so it suppresses the enemy combo which comes out. We can have our heavy here as well, fighting for space, or we could have our sentry gun here, rotated, and then I'll have our heavy here and a dispenser there. Our sniper would be on tracks, our scout would be with him, our soldier could be roaming around this area, controlling the bottom battlements, preventing those spies from getting into the house, and then rotating around, getting our NG pick, and then going under and dead ringing, repeating the story and such. But yeah, our demo is going to be sitting with the combo to deny their enemies Uber. He can just set up a trap here nicely, that'll buy us time. If they do need to Uber charge in, they'll probably Uber charge the pyro, air blast them off, push up, focus the sentry down, and then we should have been able to rotate and then re-push. But that sentry is going to indefinitely go down, in which case, Chris, you might want to just move it back to the traditional spot and your dispenser too. But then the combo is going to have to play a little bit more passive as well. But that's the aggressive hold. We can have most of our combos sitting on this little, I guess, balcony area. Our sniper, scout, and soldier generally controlling the tracks, preventing their cart from being capped. I'm not gonna do anything for the spy wall, and like you're independent. Really
I'm
doesn't
an independent,
matter.
strong black woman.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I'm not gonna contradict you how to play your class. You're pretty much the only one which is free roam. There are some things I demand, but you just do whatever you want, basically. But I prefer the control car.
Of course.
Basically the mini sentry constantly. Because if our scout's in this area, he's going to be shut down by that so much, and if Shadow's under here taking packs because he's just taking up damage, then that minion's going to be a real problem.
I'll focus cart then.
Passive. This is the one which we generally do because we don't have time to set up, but this is where our engineer builds here, dispenser goes here, or next to it for the ammo box. Our medic can hold in here, or in the elbow. Generally I would say it's better if we hold here, have our heavy just in this kind of sight line, so he's protected from the sniper, and he's just able to watch and see what comes through. The only problem with that is that demo can get spammed really easily, but if we back off, it should be alright. We can hold kind of far back, but that should force us to the sniper. But at that point, our sniper should be back here as well. That means he can get a nice buff and probably take down their sniper continually. Our demo can be either really aggressive and put up traps in here, or sit up there and put stickies down. It's a little bit risky, but that door will shut. But he can sticky jump up there quite easily and then get a full buff or crossbow. He can sit up there, or he can control this area and spam down. But that's only if the combo has been forced out after an uber charge or something of the sort. So yeah, how are we for time? We've got ages. Okay. Yeah, the combo's going to be probably holding this area though. Generally, this kind of this area. Chris, is there anything you want done at this point, like a flank or anything?
No, I'm generally okay. If focus the sniper if he's going on tracks. That's the main reason I fall at this point. The sniper on tracks, he snipes me.
So you just hide behind your sentry, I guess. There's not much that I can do, but I can detonate at him or set him on fire with a flare, which is obviously going to throw his aim off, but he still can body shot you quite easily with a 150.
Yeah,
so,
it's really annoying.
Yeah, we'll have to have Pinks focus their sniper constantly. Just keep an eye out for him. I do generally try and call if there's a sniper watching, so just occasionally take a look around the boards, see if there's a nice blue dot watching you. Yeah. Our scout for the passive hold is probably going to be holding this shed along with the soldier, or the soldier's going to be with the demo man providing a little bit of cover, along with the scout being able to rotate quite easily. This is probably going to be the place where you're going to run into a spy, so watch out for the ambassador. It's an easy 1 or 2 and then body shot, so if you're on buffed, you're basically dead as a scout. So you can easily rotate again to the medic, and then get buffed, and then push out a little bit. I wouldn't go too far. You can go down below, but that's probably as far as I would recommend, just because you can get the pack and then back off. But there's probably going to be an engineer here with mini sentry set up of some sort, so he might catch you. So just keep your health in mind as you walk past. yeah, that's the passive hold. I don't think there's any super sneaky spots to be heard of. Haven't experimented, but the only other one I know is the one on second there. But that should probably cover it. I mean, I think we're pretty good on this. We just have a problem pushing last. Aggressive hold for last. I think we should, again, like second, just hold passive. Everyone knows their traditional heavy positioning and medic positioning. They take this whole house, and the heavy can control the stairwell, and well, I guess it's the other stairwell, but it's generally clear if they're pushing from where. If not, it's a bit frantic and people shout, "Other room!" And then that gets called quite easily for the heavy to come jump in, and our demo can easily spam them down, giving our heavy the advantage over their heavy. I'm probably not going to be around so much. I might come in for a buff and drop down, go underneath the battlements, and then probably try and get something done outside. I like to rotate around this area, because it's really good if I sit here and get something picking off as they try and push up, or I can push underneath further, and then I can loop round onto our combo from their combo, or I can go outside and be really aggressive, but I'll probably be shut down. Chris, where do you prefer to build? In my ETF12 team, our engineer builds up there.
I normally use either the pub spot, up there, or up there. That was one of the two. Normally the pub spot, but I'm going to put the dispenser in the staircase of spies.
Yeah, that's a good idea. But our engineer in ETF12, he puts a dispenser down here, to obviously cover from spies, and then he sets up his sentry here, and then he hides behind the boxes, and then he wrangles up. Yeah. There's the ammo box there as well, which is good if you need a resupply in a pinch, but otherwise you can just rotate and slap your sentry with the dispenser behind you, and keeping you kind of out of line of sight of the sniper. But
if I have time to set up, I'll try today in the scrim.
Yeah, sure. It works quite well, because our combo obviously can block you fairly safely, and I'm going to be quite nearby if I'm running in and out for buffs, so if there's a spy on you, I can easily rotate it up.
That's why I can't get me if I get through the dispenser.
Yeah, but you'll be protected, exactly. I mean, he might be able to jump crouch over it, I'm not sure, but he can't jump around, like on this point here. If you put one in the door, he can just jump over on the bow.
Yeah, but if we put him in the staircase, though, we can't get past without destroying it.
Oh yeah, that's yeah. I don't main spy, I wouldn't know, but I just know you can jump that. So combo holding this room, you can hold there, or there, wherever you want. The demo is probably going to be leading the heavy in this situation, because he's going to have a secret trap right up here, or he can have one set up down here. You can have one above the stairs, but it gets called quite easily because you can just quickly check, and you can even do it from here and be safe. But you could also have an early one up there, or just around here. It's really up to the demo playing, but I think it would be better to hold a little bit more here. So if you're playing independently without a medic, you can easily grab the pack, and you can control this room just by having a sticky trap up until that pyro air blasts it, or the heavy just does something. Our soldier scout and sniper. Our sniper's traditionally going to be down here. It's always a problem for pushing last because he has such a good sightline at the main door, so he can basically counter their sniper, counter the car, counter the NG. Basically give people a real hard time if he's holding this place. Our scout's going to be less useful, but I think he should probably hold around here, maybe check underneath occasionally. He's probably going to be shut down by the mini sentries, so we're going to have Shadow around this area, controlling the bottom battlements, or he can be over here, just to protect the sniper and spam constantly. Really, it's free roam, but I would say that's probably best if we want to have a sniper carry. Because especially on this point, we all know, pushing in, on the car, getting headshot, falling back, getting body shot, dying, falling around the corner, only to receive a buff next to life. So yeah, we do have to watch out for that sniper if we're pushing. But yeah, that's basically the last hold. Are we happy with that?
Yeah.
Yes, no? Are we comfortable? Anything I missed?
Don't think so.
Woolen?
That's decent.
Woolen? There you go. Woolen's seal of approval.
There you go.
Attacking. Survive.
Rip.
Alright. Straight away, Chris, mini sentry down. You can obviously lead a bit, put a mini sentry further forward, and then get on the cart with the scout. You can put dispenser here, 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 or here. We've got many choices. It really depends where our combo holds, so you might want to ask where the combo wants the dispenser, because we are going to have a little bit of a stalemate. Obviously, Dashi, you're not going to come out straight away.
Left side where you are now.
Yeah, because obviously the sniper...
When the sniper dies, yeah.
Yeah.
Or if he doesn't die in 5 minutes, then I'm going out anyway, but I'm sticking close to the walls.
Yeah,
so
so
that's
we
where
are
we
going to have a
usually
bit of
push.
stalemate, so you're going to have to get a dispenser up at some point.
Sure.
Dashi, you're probably just going to want to stay here, right here.
Kill the sniper, yeah, I know.
Oh, checking all the rocks, like spies, but it never really makes a difference. He's gonna probably go for the car once it's being around here, because he'll probably be up there, or he'll be around the corner, or he'll be on one of these very annoying rocks. So do keep an eye out for that. If your dispenser's here and you're rebuilding it or upgrading it, just do a quick 180 occasionally or 360 just to check out for the spy. You are going to have the scout and soldier on the cart with you, but they're going to be focused on dealing damage to things over there, such as the demo man, who's probably going to hold this house. That is one thing he can do, or he's going to hold the cliff. Which means he's going to have a nice buff and be a little bit harder to take down scout and soldiers, so we do have to watch out for that. Chris had like some really aggressive center positioning here. It's probably going to get taken down really quickly, or it's up to you really, but I think a mini sentry around here would be great.
Anything like on a game that gets taken down like before it's even set up.
Okay, so try putting one around here then.
I'll just put it down where I think I do damage and...
Yeah, it's up to you, but I'm just thinking that if we're pushing this side generally, their scout and soldier is probably going to be here just like ours would be. So if you have a mini sentry around here, you can even get it on this side of the slope, so you can avoid most splash damage, so you have to actually get close to it to do damage, but if you have one here, it'll basically shut down scouts. I'm not sure on the range, but I'm pretty sure it'll reach around here, provided it has the line of sight. So
yeah,
you
sure.
should even put it here.
Easy.
Other than it'll probably get body shot by a sniper. Our combo will be pushing up this house, as always. If their combo's holding, we need Demo Man to spam them out, get a force, and then everyone should fall back, let the heavy have less effective range damage. Obviously because 5 damage over range is very less effective versus 20 meat shots up close. So we need a force if they're holding really close. If not, we can push in, spam the sentry with pipes, direct hit, flares, body shots from snipers, but their sniper does need to be down. That's the priority. So Woolen, if you get the opportunity, do go for the sniper.
Yeah.
Because that allows Dashi to come out spawn, and that allows us to get buffs and heals and less deaths and better pushes.
I can still crossbow people, so the heals are alright.
You can crossbow people, but it's not the same as a 260 buff or 450
Well, yeah,
on
no
the heavy.
buffs until you come close.
Yeah,
But the heals are
it's
there.
you know what I mean. You don't have the mobility. People have to come back to you. They can't be as effective as if you were moving. Yeah, our scout, soldier, possibly demo are going to push this side. You can spam the sentry down if the push over the hill doesn't work. What I'd like us to do is get some more ground before we Uber. By that I mean, usually we're going to Uber at this point, but if we get into here and the sentry just starts firing, it's going to be a better Uber because we're going to be in position rather than having to close this distance with the minigun or the sticky bomb launcher. So if we do a little bit of a late Uber, do it to the point where it's safe, but just close the gap a bit. I mean, we could have our heavy go in, and then have our demo up here spamming it, or around the side with the scouts. Scout, soldier, and just generally flank. Chris and the scout are probably going to be on the cart most of the time though, so it's probably best if we have our demo up there, or just around here with Shadowfire, but he's going to probably get absolutely destroyed by scout and soldier up there. So, yeah, once we've taken it, we'll just push in. We have to be really aggressive to prevent them from setting up. It's the one thing with Upwood I've learned from experience. If they get set up in the house and they get a level 3 sentry, it's pretty hard to break unless we have like a sniper take down their heavy and then we can swarm in. But it's still pretty hard to break, so once the sentry, once we've kept first, we really do need to be more aggressive. The combo basically needs to push and get into the defensive positions I spoke about previously.
But to be honest, if we manage to take out the sentry and the heavy on the first push, which should be a priority too. Like,
Yeah.
half of the team should like focus the heavy, so he dies quickly, and then we can just bully everybody out and quickly
Yeah.
take over the house.
Because
so
if they
no
get
chance.
stuck in that corner where the
Yeah.
engineer's probably going to be panicking to
Or they just give up
rebuild.
the point.
Yeah, they might just give it up. But if they get stuck in that corner, we can get loads of damage off. If their med goes down, even better than her, and then we can probably take this point and the next for free. But
But the key is
not
the
be-
speed and to focus down the heavy, because me and Neon or me and Kano can just kill the sentry with one Uber, but everybody else should focus the heavy down then.
Yeah, I do try to give any heavy v heavy fight an advantage by setting their heavy on fire. It's 90 damage, but over time, but it's a quick advantage. But yeah, if we do take first, which I hope we should, our combo should be pushing over top, watching out for the sniper, who's probably going to be in the house or down here. He could even be with the combo, like I said, getting a full buff, so he's going to be really troublesome to take out. What you could do though, Woolen, is you could just sit up here, wait for the opportunity, get the pick, repeat. That's going to be sniper though, or heavy, whatever one works, but we still need to close this gap. If we're having trouble closing the gap, what we can do is rotate the combo straight over here, provided there isn't an enemy pyro below, and then we can rotate up these stairs, rather than going under, and close the gap this way. The only problem with this is the demo is going to be really prominent, and he can set a trap, or just really spams out quite easily. It's not so bad if we get into the corner and the rollers fly right over us, but if he's spamming stickies and air blasting them, then we're going to have a problem. But that will allow us to close the gap fairly easily if we Uber up and just push in and force them into the house, or even if we don't force them in, we just get the force off. We can have a demo man stick up this house or window doorway thing there, preventing them from repushing, or if they do repush with the Uber, and then it fades and the heavy's still in position, then we'll get a heavy pick. And hopefully, if Kano was running the Fists of Steel, he should have got out successfully and survived. That's something I'd like to see more. I noticed that we do run away from Ubers, but he doesn't always pull out melee with Fists of Steel. I know it's all personal, but I'd like to see Fists of Steel. Yeah, Scouts and NG is going to be on cart, with the soldier probably pushing just to deny anything that gets in the way. It's splash damage in this little cave is hell. So Shadow's going to be with the combo, or with the flank rather, pushing. And he could also go to the cliff and direct hit the sentry, or take this area and constantly annoy their sniper, and you can kind of peek in, do damage, back off, and then have the scout sitting up here, or the NG, and yeah, you could rotate classes which push the cart, but once it gets to this point and nobody's pushing it, you're going to really have a problem, and you should just start focusing on DM, set up a mini up here or something, jump in the car, and just try and get some cap time. Woolen, one thing I do want is if you dead ring on the car occasionally.
Yeah.
If you don't have to run dead ringer full time, but
Oh, thank God.
if we're pushing last and it's going really bad, what I'd like is you to just dead ring on the car, just to
fine.
stop it from moving backwards.
Will do.
Okay. Are we happy with pushing second, or are we being a little bit vague?
It's good.
Okay. Pushing third. Oh boy, this is hell. Scout and Sniper is probably going to be pushing the car here. The Sniper might be holding back off the car and then have the NG and Scout on the car, but the Sniper is generally going to be looking out for their Sniper. You might want to try and get aggressive, Chris, and put mini sentry up to deny him. I mean, he's going to body shot it, but you're going to buy time for our Sniper to get into a better position and for Shadow to jump him. So there's that. But our combo can either push through bottom or top. If they've got a demo man here, I would probably recommend pushing through top, because he can't quite as easily span you with pipes. You can hide behind walls. He can't just. He won't get any rollers.
Well, the height advantage is always nice.
Yeah, the height advantage is always a great advantage. What else? Yeah, the heavy's going to be probably pushing in. If they've got a sentry gun up, then we need to play bottom with our demo man just until it goes down, or they're forced out. And then our heavy can push top, probably out through this little area as well. You gotta watch out for the sniper, but if you push out through this area and then retake this elbow, then we should be alright. But you just gotta keep an eye out for traps everywhere, and of course spies who like to occasionally hide up there. I don't know if that's what you do, Willem, but I've seen it before.
I stand there, but I don't really hide there, because you kind of have to wait there for ages.
Yeah, I've had someone wait there. I reviewed a demo, and he was waiting there for 5 minutes with the cloak and dagger, just sitting.
Could have been doing something else in that time, really.
Probably masturbating.
Yeah, could be doing that too.
If the flank gets troublesome, it's probably the cart's probably going to be a trouble around this area, because you can get so easily splashed out. You can even get stuck because the cart's too big. Well played, Valve designers. But the cart's really going to be troublesome around here, so if our scout is getting headshot repeatedly by their sniper, what we have to do is have our sniper come with the combo over here, get a buff, get the pick, and then return to the cart or tracks. But Chris, you can obviously hide behind the cart and push it without being headshot. But it's still a little bit risky.
Once up the hill, it's fine.
Yeah, it'll be right. Our combo should be pushing straight in, should we have taken a sentry down, which is being held aggressively, and we'll push into this area here. I don't like it personally because we can get spammed out really easily. It's a small confined space. They could have a soldier up here, just spam us, and then a demo man from outside. So if we've got an Uber and if we've held back, rebuilt, and then pushed, we should really be holding the heavy here if we're rebuilding, or inside. But I think best would be to hold here with the heavy, eventually rebuild the Uber, and then go on with the demo man Uber, and the heavy can be kind of out position here just to catch any pyro. If they do a pyro Uber, then it's fucked because you could just be air blasted off the cliff. So our sniper should really be focusing their pyro if their sniper isn't a problem. So a demo man Uber through here, closing the gap onto the sentry, or we can go from behind, which is again risky. But if we do drop down on them, we've got to consider that the sentry gun is probably going to be wrangled and it might launch us backwards. So we can synchronize some spam for the sentry so the NG wrangles it, but again, it's very risky and needs a lot of coordination. If we do that though, we should probably have our heavy jump in from behind as well. Be unobered, don't bother flashing the heavy, he's just going to sit here to push at anything which comes in, and then you do a demo man Uber straight in. That will allow the sentry to go down, cut to be capped, flank classes to push up, dispensive move here, allows us to take a bit of a hold, rebuild our Uber, and then repush. One thing, their sniper I have seen before sit in this little house. It's very aggressive because you can get spammed so easily, but you can get our sniper peeking here. You could even have their sniper sitting back and waiting for something stupid to happen, like a frag move moment or something. So that house just needs to be under control. Anything else? Anything you want? Anything I missed?
I don't think so.
Okay. Are we confident for a second, or do we have trouble with it?
Just last year problems with really.
Okay. Well, we're going into last now. Traditionally, the sentry is going to be up here, although as of late it seems to be more over here, which isn't the greatest thing because our demo man becomes so much less useful, even if he gets into this house, because spamming that sentry down is just so hard. So what we're going to have to do is give Shadowfire full 300 buff with the direct hit, even if he doesn't like it, just to take out the sentry, constantly hit it, and then have our heavy get into position up there. But this is all, of course, provided we can get into position. There's a few ways to get into position. First of which for the combo is to take this route. This is probably the most common, but you can get shut down by stickies, so keep an eye out for that. A second means is go underneath. You might get called by something though, and then you have to push up the stairwell against an enemy heavy. But that's pretty much the best way I'd say is that way, because it lets you get straight into the house. The problem with this is that they might have a demo man here spamming you out, in which case our sniper should be doing work and picking them off from that here. Once our combo's in position, we should really be taking this just with brute force. Really? Really?
We're all watching.
No pressure. No pressure.
And like three people on the stream. Yeah.
Oh wow, 3 people on the stream learning how to play upward. Is it your mum?
No? Maybe?
Alright, so the heavy's going to push in. The problem with this is that you'll get spammed out, but if you push in fast enough and you just jump around this corner with the Uber, you should be alright, but then it's going to fade, and you're probably going to want to back off, or rely on a demo man sticky trap once again to catch them off and possibly get a pick, or just damage them severely, allowing us to take the house.
Hi, Banks.
Hello. Then what we can do is have our demo man here, if the sentry's on that position, or if the sentry's over there, then we'll be pushing the main. But right now we're going over this push. Our heavy's going to come in, he's going to be spamming from the window, of course very aware of their sniper, who's probably going to be down here, or possibly even in their spawn, or even with the NG. Worse yet. He's going to be spamming the sentry, and then our Shadowfire can come in and hit it with rockets from either up here with a combo, where he's a lot safer, or he can be down here with the scout pushing the car. So are we happy with that kind of push, where we take control of the house from this push, or below? Same setup, except we need to close the distance before we actually get in. Are we happy with that?
That's good.
Okay. How long do we have? 15 minutes, alright. Told you this was going to be a long one. If the sentry's set up here, what we're going to do is we're going to have our medic positioned safely behind this box. Our sniper's going to really have to pressure their sniper so he doesn't get a peek on you, but you should be alright if you hold around here, because you've got the boxes, and the only thing you have to watch out for is that sniper if he gets into position enough. But you can easily just slide off this wall background. But what we're going to do is we're going to have a soldier here, trying to hit the sentry with rockets, and if not, focusing their sniper, and then we'll have our demo man just span it out. They may have a heavy positioned here, which is where I'll come in, because if they've got a heavy, I can just air blast them off, even down the stairwell, or even better yet, into the pit. So I'll be holding quite aggressive, so I will need a constant 260 buff, besides the demo man, of course, demo man taking priority, but I'll be here to counter them, to push them off, and just give our demo man room to take out their sentry gun. Generally, that's probably going to be enough. I mean, 4 stickies on the sentry gun, even if it's wrangled, is going to damage it severely, and allow just some chip damage just to finish it off, which is what will be happening when our heavy's in the room. Because really, our heavy has no need to be here if we're spamming the sentry out, allowing room for the flank to push in on the car. So our heavy will be positioned up here nicely. You're going to have to hold really far back so the sentry gun doesn't start focusing you down, plus so your head isn't peeking out and allowing you to be spammed out by be a soldier or a demo. So you have to hold really far back and get a nice angle on it if you can, but you might be able to hold here. It's whatever works for you, Cano. It's just up to you, but I would say just hold quite far back and just get some spam out. That's the main push, or we can do the stairwell push, or we can do the second stairwell push. Really, it's the first stairwell, but stairwell pushes are probably going to be our best bet, and then we can have Shadow, or even a demo man doing long range stickies from here, if the sentry's still in that position. But I think pushing from main is a little bit better, because the angle is just so good. You can take out the dispenser, as well as the engineer and the sentry gun. And I'll be a little bit more useful, because I like to roam on this map, but it's not that great for pushing miles, because once I'm in, it's basically it, the combo's going to be up top, and there might be an engineer around here, just annoying me. So I'm less useful, so I'll probably switch off to stock or the degreaser. Or flog!
Yay! Nizzles!
Yeah, I'm so hated for that. It's good.
There people added you, like, with vendettas.
No, someone posted on my profile though, but that's about all.
Did they say rude words?
They said that M+1, that's one, but he missed the W. So obviously, a very professional player.
Just switching to the flamethrower.
Yeah. Pushing main. Once the sentry goes down, we've really got to focus down that heavy and snipe, because the heavy can just be a complete asshole sitting here, just completely denying the flank to push in, because he's got such a good sideline. He can just be right here, right alongside the car, or even better yet in here, or up top in the window. So when you really need to focus the combo once the sentry goes down, because it's just going to be hell otherwise. The flank classes are less important. If the engineer switches off to minis, Woolen, could you focus them down, because that's really going to prevent our scout from pushing in. And it's also going to be troublesome for any soldier or our engineer, or even me. So if the engineer starts running mini sentries, just sack them. It doesn't matter if your position is given away. You could even just run Dead Ringer. I mean, there's a fairly small space, so... are we happy with last pushes? I'd say that's fairly straightforward. Combo pushes upstairs, flank goes in for main, or if we're pushing sentry gun up here, then we'll push the combo in through here just a little bit and have this heavy separated up there, just to take out the sentry, and that buys room for the flank to push in. What we could do is have a scout, of course, go beneath, and then push up, but he's probably going to get denied by the heavy or demo.
And make sure once we kill people, focus for spawn a little bit, because we've done it before and we've lost with respawners.
It's all good to chase frags, but the respawn time is, I think, 12 seconds on last. So what we're going to have to do is... Well, I don't want to dedicate a demo man to it, just because his damage output on the combo is so necessary. But what we could do is we could have... Chris, even you could just set up a really annoying mini-sentry right here.
I'll probably be on the cart.
Yeah, you'll probably be on the cart, but if you do find a window where you can just push up a little bit, slop a sentry down, and just spam anything that comes out of spawn. Anything as well that jumps off the point. Because if we get close enough, and they're worried, and everyone's jumping on the cart, then it's probably best if we got a mini sentry just to do chip damage as soon as anything walks out. But yeah, we've got to the main gate is the one to control, because if they're up top, they're less useful. Our demo man can just spam them off so easily, and also they're just up top, and they'll have to jump down if they want the point to defend it fully. Because we're renowned for doing that. I've seen it so many times. People just throwing their body on the cart just to block it, in a desperate attempt to rush the cart before we get, or just after we get wiped and such. So yeah, if they're up top, they're less of a threat if they're down the bottom, because their heavy can easily just strafe around this corner and completely deny the cart with like what, 15, maybe 10 damage hits a second or whatever. So yeah, are we confident with pushing not Badlands? God, what am I thinking? Upward last.
I am scared but confident.
Why are you scared? How can I reassure you?
Hug me close.
Okay. Is there anything anybody wants me to go over? Anything I need to repeat? Anything that I might have missed? Anything that we're not confident with? I know we're not confident with last because we've had trouble in the past.
You probably didn't miss anything.
Last
I
the best
stream
point,
it, so I
mate.
can watch it.
So are we happy then?
Don't need to watch an upward Maptalk.
Mate, I'm happy up the ass.
I have a small problem.
What's
Yeah, I
that?
know.
I kinda lost track on first defense. Can you go from there again?
I can give you a brief overview.
Of
I
the
don't
whole
mind.
thing.
Basically, you don't let them push the cart when you're on defense, don't worry. That's how you play it.
Sticky trap 8 stickies on card. We're in the
The
game.
things you need to counter snipe a lot this time.
Wow, because I
Counter
do that
snipe.
all the time.
I really hate counter sniping. But
No, I do it all the time. I'm.
We've got 8 minutes. I can go over anything you might want done.
Go all over me.
so
Dashi. What the fuck?
there's nothing. Okay. Are we happy?
You
then?
slut.
I am.
Rate my walkthrough out of 10.
Not
Eight.
On
Eight
game,
and a half.
game FAQs.
Zero.
Thank you. Thank you.
Not a 10. Don't remember a thing.
Okay, good. Well, that's why I had it streamed. So thank you for that.
Ha.
We can
I've
refer to
seen
it.
It'll be one unusual.
15
But it's
upward
true.
map talks in the time I've been playing TF2. I don't need to go to another generic upward map talk. It's fine.
make sure to
Yeah.
upload to YouTube and send to a video we're playing on Monday.
Send it.
Because then they can see all our strats and we can solve the handicap.
What's the map the week after next?
Gully.
I don't even
fuck.
need to go to a gully
Fair
map talk
bites.
either. Rip. Tommy should do the gully map talk, to be honest.
Probably
Yeah,
isn't
I'm,
on
I'm
that
quite
team.
happy on Upward, but anything else I'm not so sure on.
You should ask Tommy to do the gully map talk for us.
I'm a scream on Tommy's team next week.
Why? It's their plat, aren't they?
Well, apparently they played a Gummy Bear team and only just beat them. And we beat them pretty easily.
Was it what team was that? Remind me, which map was it on? Was it the one I missed?
Farm Blue.